What's going on YouTube and Marvelous Wrestling community? It's your boy Jay, aka Marv, over here with another Thursday Night Live. We are excited heading into the weekend. Tomorrow's Friday Night Smack. I hope everybody's doing good. Like I said, we excited to see the background going off. I got the little WrestleMania 41 sign going off. Did a little modification to it, added some LED lights. So every time we speak or we hear music, we see the flashing behind us. But yeah, man, like I said, excited. Hope everybody's doing well. Got the Jay Uso shades, autograph shades, may I say, by the World Heavyweight Champion. Yes, sir. Yeet. But yeah, excited. Hope everybody's doing good. Kicking it off with a little Jay Uso music. I hope I don't get hit with copyrights for that one because it was just a little Yeet celebration for the new World Heavyweight Champion. But yeah, man, excited about tonight. A lot going on. Like I said, heading into the weekend. We got figures tonight adding to the edition. The Marvelous Collection, man, I meant to say. Like I said, it's been a long day. It's been a long day. A very long day. Talking about days off. Ain't no days off here. Always working even when I ain't trying to work. But yeah, hope everybody's good. Gonna play some music here in the background. You know. How do you guys enjoy WrestleMania 41? I've been hearing a lot of positive and negative reviews about it. You know how it is. Always somebody has a problem with something. I honestly thought it was a good show. I thought night one was pretty awesome. When I say marvelous, and night two, can't really complain. Like it was a good wrestling show. Excuse me. So the fact that you got certain people not agreeing with the way the show was run, then you got somebody like The Rock. We all know what's going on there. Honestly speaking, it's kind of hard to really predict if this is just a storyline or is it really something going on between The Rock and Triple H behind the curtains that we don't know about. Seems like The Rock was throwing a lot of punchlines in that interview. Seems like he was trying to throw people under the bus too. And I've been a Rock fan for years. The People's Champion. Now he's the final boss. But I don't know. Honestly speaking, The Rock, if he's in charge behind the scenes, like he makes a scene, then that's cool. But I feel like the way Paul Levesque, now that's what we call him nowadays, but in reality, I call him Triple H, the cerebral assassin. You know, I feel like he's been doing a hell of a job with everything lately, with the talent, and the way wrestling has been going for WWE with the storylines. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like people are never happy. And that's how I look at it. People are never happy, whether you're doing good or you're doing bad. People are always gonna talk. So it's like, let me bring this down a little bit. There we go. I feel like people's never gonna be happy, and that's what I'm trying to get to, because that's how it is in life. Also, or you're doing something good or you're doing something bad, people are gonna say something about you. So it's like, and you got somebody like The Rock. And The Rock, I don't really want to talk crap about him because I'm a fan at the end of the day, and I respect him. I'm also a fan not only for what he's done in the square circle, but also about what he's done in movies. Not all his movies are great, like he is in A Ring, but a lot of movies that he did caught my attention, and I have to say, over the years, he's become a good actor, a great actor, if I could say. Whoever don't agree, then that's their opinion. It's fine with me. I'm not getting paid to argue with anybody for The Rock because I'm not getting paid for him anyway. So to me, it's no hard feelings at all. But that's just my opinion. Nobody has to agree with me. But there's been a lot of things also, and I know I keep saying but because I'm trying to get to the point. There's been a lot of things also, like when he did Fast and the Furious with Vin Diesel and all that, and they had an issue because he was trying to take over the franchise. And it's like, if you see what happened there, and then you see what's going on now in pro wrestling between him and Paul Levesque, Triple H, seems like The Rock has a problem with it seems like he has a problem following authority. It seems like he wants to be the authority, so he can do whatever the fuck he wants to do, and that's what I'm trying to get to. And it's like that's crazy, you know. It's like okay, you want to push your weight around, you want to push your stroke. Yeah, that's crazy. Excuse me, a little bit thirsty. Got some water here. I don't got a cup, so I'm gonna look like a barbarian right now, and I do apologize. Had to. Water is very important. You know, like I said, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and it's like, you know, what's going on? Like, is this beef, or is it true that Triple H is coming off retirement for one more match, and it's gonna be against The Rock? Rolando, what's up, brother? Everything good? ¿Cómo está, mi hermano? Sup? Talking about WrestleMania and talking about, well, not really talking about WrestleMania because I haven't really gotten into WrestleMania yet, but really talking about what's going on behind the scenes. If it's true what's going on between The Rock and Triple H, the beef, you know, we seen the interview between Pat McAfee. Well, I don't know if you've seen it, but I seen it. The interview between Pat McAfee and the Rock, and the way The Rock was basically trying to throw people under the bus and meaning like Triple H. And it's kind of crazy because I'm like, damn, like it makes you look at him different. Like you really are an egomaniac, bro. Like you want everything to be about yourself, and that's kind of crazy. It's kind of sad, you know. But anyway, what can you do? He is who he is, and we are who we are, and we can't change nothing about him. So why even bother to talk about it? I just, you know, if it is a work and they are making something to make a match out of something, then that's pretty cool. But if this is legitimately what's going on, then it's kind of crazy. It's like damn, Rock, I like you, bro. You're making me not like you. Are you really like this? Oh man, put my hat to the front because this is how I feel today. Lit, loss and transaction. That's how I feel. Before I got on, I actually, you know, had to relax myself because I had a long 3 days, a lot going on here in my household, but for good things, you know, for the future. But it's just like so much going on, and it's like you try not to stress because I'm the type of person I try not to stress over anything, regardless what it is. I try not to stress over everything. I'll be like, for what? For what? I learned that the more you stress, the more you shorten your life. So thank God for you know these lights. They got me feeling like a vampire. They're like right in my face. I'm like, but you know, thank God for Mary Jane and being positive because sheesh, stress can be a killer sometimes. And me personally, I try not to stress over anything. My girl tells me all the time, "Oh, you seem like you know." Because you know what? Why are you gonna stress about it? Stress about it. It's gonna happen regardless. You know. It's too bright in here. I like the lights in the background like that. Like the little WrestleMania little sign. Shout out to my boy for hooking me up with that. Added some LED lights to it, and it is a masterpiece. WrestleMania. The Vince McMahon voice. Oh man, but yeah, it looks fire. When I play the Roman Reigns song with that thing in the background like that, it's crazy. But I'm not trying to get hit with copyrights because you know how YouTube be like, all right, you can entertain people with your channel, but if you try to like put some music that you try to play real quick just to like prove a point, forget about it. Thank you, Rolando. Yeah, I got it just with the voice activated or music activated. As you can see, every time I talk, it changes like the color. But I like the red right there. See now it's blue. So it's like, you know, gotta talk low. Oh, we change. Oh, there we go. But I like the colors, yeah. Let's party! It's like a concert in my toy dungeon room. The pro wrestling dungeon room. I like the way it looks. I like the way it came out. Honestly speaking, like I actually when it got here, cause my friend took it apart and sent it to me. You know, it's funny. Red is one of my favorite colors. I have to say, and maybe purple a little bit, but not too much. My daughter loves purple, but red, I like red. I like red, but I don't wear it too much because nowadays you wear red and somebody thinks you're affiliated with something. It's like, can I just wear the color? And if somebody is affiliated with something, that's their own thing. But can I just wear the color? I don't want to get. It's crazy. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, WrestleMania 41. Honestly speaking, to me it was a pretty good show. I said it earlier, and I'm gonna say it again. It was a good show to me. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed night one. I enjoyed the fact that it started off with Jay Uso. I wear a red super hoodie. I hear you. But yeah, I like the way night one started. Jay Uso winning the World Heavyweight Champion, and in a way, I was like, the way he beat Gunther, like I didn't like it in a way, but at the same time, it's justifiable because, you know, right? That's what I'm saying. I enjoyed it too. I think it was a pretty good show. Honestly, I think it was a pretty good show. Everybody's talking about Triple H, like. Get Triple H some slack, man. He's been doing a great job. Like people are never happy. When there was Vince McMahon in charge, and he had all this little kid stuff going on, everybody was tuning in still, not really having too much to say. They would complain, but they were still watching it. Now that Triple H is actually doing something like productive and bringing Triple A now into WWE, and what else? Now we got Rusev back in the company with a 2-year contract. We got Becky Lynch back, and she turns heel on Monday Night Raw, which I'm not even surprised because I don't know if you guys seen the video with Becky Lynch in the back when Seth Rollins joined Paul Heyman in WrestleMania 41 Night 2. Becky Lynch was excited about that because why? It was a good thing happening for Seth. So to me, why wouldn't the man turn heel also? It'd be cool to see the man down with Paul Heyman, you know? I like Triple H running things. I actually enjoy Triple H running things because he's doing a great job. And the fact that people are trying to sit there and give him a hard time for him doing a great job and you know bringing Triple A wrestling into WWE, that's historical. Nobody has ever done that. Pretty soon they're probably gonna have New Japan Pro Wrestling because we got New Japan Pro Wrestlers coming in little by little. And honestly speaking, that would be dope. That would be dope. I got some cafe right here. I got some coffee here from earlier. I drink black coffee, no milk, just straight black. You know, and I still go to sleep. Like if I'm working, it keeps me up. But if my mind is set to go to sleep, it doesn't matter what kind of coffee I drink. I'm gonna go to sleep. I know I look the funny as hell you doing that face. But yeah, I was also looking at earlier Ringside Collectibles website because I love Ringside Collectibles. That is one of my favorite websites. I haven't really ordered too much from there lately, but Ringside, yeah, look at all the new pre-orders they got coming out. Man, Cody Rhodes losing the belt to John Cena. Like honestly speaking, I'm not even surprised that John Cena won the championship because you know what? They don't call him Big Match John for nothing, And John Cena going for the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship, the way he actually went upon it and got himself to that point, you couldn't be surprised for John Cena doing things the way he did. And honestly speaking, I'm not mad at him. I ain't mad at him one bit. Honestly speaking, I like this John Cena. I always like John Cena. I've never been a great fan of his. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, all of a sudden, I'm a John Cena fan. I like John Cena, but I've never been really a John Cena fan. But I have to say, I always enjoy his comedy and segments and promos and WWE and off the screen and movies. But to see him like this, I like this John Cena. Yo, for real, bro. Do it, yo, because I still haven't got these. I missed out. And I was gonna buy them on Mercari, but you see how much they got them for here? And Mercari, they want the double of that. And sometimes a triple. And it's like, I will understand if you're telling me the Chase, which is these right here, with the red pack also for 120, 140, But you're trying to charge me for one pack alone the triple or double. Nah, man, I want them, but I don't want them that bad because they're not gonna come out the box. They're not gonna come out the box and be like, "Ugh, what a rush." So I'm like, as much as I want them, but I can wait. Hint, hint to my girl if she's watching. Hint, 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 hint. When they come out, estimate late June. Hint. If you want to pre-order, hint. Anniversary is next month. Hint. Ah. She's probably like, yeah, I can't with him. I'm saying, they do that to us, but we can't do the same. Hint. Oh man. Anyway, we got two championship belts here. The first one is the the first one is the heavyweight championship. We took it off Gunther because we had Gunther with the championship, of course. And the second one is the undisputed championship. So of course that means we got about to unbox some figures. So which figure we should unbox first? Are we gonna unbox? Excuse me, guys. Are we gonna unbox Big Match John Cena? Or are we gonna unbox Jey Uso first? Which one should I unbox? Let me see. Well, I got no quarter over here. Now would have been let's do a heads of tails, but yeah. No quarter, no luck. Nothing over here, so I guess we're just gonna close our eyes and whichever one we pick first. I got it right here on the side. Let's see. Which one do I got? Drum roll, please. Oh, look at that. We got Big Jey Uso. Yeah, that looks like Big John Match, huh? Elite Collection. Top picks. Must have superstar. Jey. Main event. Uso. Unboxing this bad boy tonight. You see how quick? I don't know if you guys was here in the beginning of the live stream. I started the live stream with the Jey Uso song playing. I played it for like I think tops 10 seconds, and I was like, okay, let me turn this off because every time I try to do something like that just to be funny, YouTube be on something. You guys hit it with copyrights, and I'm like, bro, like, it's not even that serious. All I'm trying to do is just play a song just to get the mood going, and that's all. But yeah, we got Jey Uso main event, taking him out the box. I thought he was flipping me off. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm taking you out the box, and you over here like. Driving, listening. No problem, bro. I appreciate you being here, man. So yeah, taking Jey out the box. There we go. Comes with 4 hands, actually 6 hands, because here we got 2 hands. We got 2 hands in his hands, which is a finger to the sky, 2 fingers to the sky, completely empty. Completely empty. Take out the background. We always say the background, especially I do. I don't know about anybody else, but yeah. Let's take out one of the hands. Oh snap! We got the world heavyweight champion. Main event, Jay Uso. Yes, sir. Yeah. Got Jay Uso out the box. But yeah, man, WrestleMania 41, I liked it. I enjoyed it. Like I said, a lot of people didn't enjoy it. It's whatever, you know. You can't make everybody happy, and it's okay. That's life. If you stress yourself out trying to make everybody happy, you lose. But yeah, main event Jay Uso night one opened up the show. And winning the World Heavyweight Championship, defeating Gunther with what was it, a choke out submission hold around his neck, put him in a sleeper hold, and Gunther ended up tapping out. Which, honestly speaking, I was surprised about that, but it makes sense the way that Gunther was choking out Jimmy the day he opened up Jimmy on Monday Night Raw, opened him up bloody, and having a had him basically in his own blood, like swimming, like it was crazy. Honestly speaking, to see that. I don't know why my camera's doing that. But he beat Gunther like that, put him in a submission hold. Gunther tapped out. So he became the World Heavyweight Champion. So shout out to Jey Uso. I'm becoming the World Heavyweight Champion. My daughter is a big Jey Uso fan. My daughter's only 4 years old. And she comes to her daddy's house, and the first thing she does is, Daddy, I want to see Jey Uso. So, of course, I got to put on the match for her. So I put on the match for her. And once I put on the match, man, she stays there. And every time she sees Jey Uso beat Gunther, she's like, Daddy, I want to see it again. She was here yesterday, and my daughter didn't bother me half of the day because she was watching Jey Uso defeat Gunther like 15 times in the living room, just chilling. Come on, camera, focus. Focus. You don't see your focus because it's like acting up. Such a good camera for what I pay for, and what it does is kind of disappointing sometimes. Makes me wonder if I need an update. Let me see something. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to put you guys in my face like this, So you guys want to take a peek at the background. Yeah, baby! Oh, man. Camera, work for me, please. Don't do this to me. It'll focus little by little. Let me fix it a little bit more. I don't know what to do. I'm trying. Maybe it'll focus by itself. Let me see something. Oh, yeah, it worked. Okay. But let me show you guys real quick. Ringside collectibles while the camera decides to work. They still have, I believe, have a WrestleMania sale going on. I'm not too sure. I could be wrong. New arrivals. Best sellers, most likely. Honestly, I got to get me this right here. This figure right here, iconic. Especially with Bret Hart. Have to get this figure and put him in the figure 4. Deadlock. Sick figure. I love the way that looks. Identical to the shirt, the blood in between the teeth, all over the face. Yeah, I definitely have to get this figure. I had that shirt. Oh my god, I remember that shirt. I had this shirt. It was one of my favorite shirts when I was younger. Still acting up. Okay, moving on. Next figure we're gonna be opening up here tonight is another figure that I've been wanting to open up now for a while. Been hesitating, but honestly speaking, it deserves to be opened up. I'm never gonna have the chance to meet him due to what happened to him, and may he rest in peace. Unfortunately, it was still to this day upsetting. It's been a year or two, I believe. It's crazy, but here we have Bray Wyatt, Series 112. We're gonna be unboxing this bad boy. Ah, you see, there we go. Then we got what? 3 more figures to unbox, I believe. Then we got one more figure that we added tonight to the Marvelous Wrestling Collection. Here we have the gray Bray Wyatt. Remove the background. Box is completely empty. Toss it to the side. Follow the buzzards. Honestly speaking, one of my favorite matches from WrestleMania, um, what was it? Night one. Besides the Jey Uso, it was a Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight. Man, what a match! Jacob Fatu and LA Knight gave each other hell, and to see Jacob Fatu walk out as a new United States champion after the fight that LA Knight brought to him, it was crazy. It was crazy. That match was hard hitting. LA Knight brought the aggression to Jey Uso. I mean Jey Uso. I was looking at the figure. That's why. To Jacob Fatu, vice versa. Jacob Fatu bringing the fight to LA Knight. That match was crazy. I have to say. I cannot believe the fight between them two. It was insane. I've heard a man who said I had a story. And once my story opened up, I came into follow the buzzards. Yeah, I mean, rest in peace, man. It's crazy. Bray Wyatt. He's got the whole world in his hand. He got the whole wide world in his hand. He got the whole world in his hand. He got the whole wide world in his hand. There you have it. Wyatt, sick figure. Like I said, I've been wanting to unbox that figure for a while now. I've just been hesitating, and I'm glad I actually unboxed it because having it out the box is such a great feeling. I like to leave, like I said, I like to leave some figures in my box. Like the box. Like we have a lot of Ultimate Edition figures behind myself that I like to keep in box because to me, Ultimate Edition is a little bit more rare. If you get them, if you get them, if you don't, you have to wait for them to come out. Again, and kind of similar with everything that basically drops, but I do enjoy a good Ultimate Edition figure. You know, I like the way they look, the way they feel, and you know, I just like the way the box is. Also, makes it look more official. So, since day one, my main priority has been to collect a whole bunch of Ultimate Edition figures, and so far, I believe with this figure that I'm adding tonight, I believe is number 76, and that's pretty dope compared to how I started. I started buying figs from this guy on Instagram called Marvelous Fox, I believe it was. Cool dude, have figures that it was pretty hard to find. My first Ultimate Edition figures was actually the Hollywood Hulk Hogan and Brock Lesnar figure. Those were pretty hard to find at the time that I purchased them, and I got into the collection like that thanks to him. And me and him got cool, but then he just disappeared. I don't know what happened. I gave him a couple of shout outs here on my YouTube channel. He used to come through, show me love. But I don't know what happened. Maybe he changed his lifestyle up and decided to do something else besides selling and getting figures. I get it. Not everybody likes to do it all the time. Some of us enjoy to do it, and some of us just do it for the money. And sometimes if it's too stressful, we don't even do it at all. And I get it. Trust me. Like I said, I ain't here to judge nobody. I just hope he's well. And I want to say basically thanks to him because at the end of the day, if it wasn't for him, I would have never got into these Ultimate Editions. And I'm glad I am because those are my favorite WWE Mattel figures. Ultimate Edition, baby. If I don't find them in Target, I find them in Walmart. Sometimes I go to because I'm from Massachusetts. Well, I'm not from Massachusetts. I live in Massachusetts, and basically by Providence, close Providence. And if I don't find them in Walmart or Target, I go to the vault, to the toy vault, or if not, I go where else? Where else? Where else? Where else? I'm trying to think. I do hit up sometimes. What you call it? Certain stores. If somebody like Ollie's and stuff like that, somebody tells me, hey, they got figures here. I do the same thing for other people. If somebody's looking for something and they hit me up and be like, hey, do you see these figures? I'll be like, I see them here. Especially me if I'm in the Fall River area because that's where I'm from. I see a lot of figures sometimes and I post them on my Instagram and I have people to reach out to me and be like, hey, do you see these? And I'll be like, yes, I did. And, sometimes I hide stuff for people and sometimes people do the same thing for me. I don't try to make it a habit because once you do that, you can do the favor to somebody that look at you like you're an asshole, and it's not even the case. You just, sometimes you just don't want to get caught doing things like that because then they look at you like you're trying to steal something, and it's not even the case. You're just trying to put it away to come back and buy it. But sometimes that's not how it works. People want to put things out and they want to sell right away, and it's understandable because that's the way retail works, and it's just a cold world. Like, man, I've been in a situation where I tell employees that, hey, I'm gonna come back for this, and I come back for them, and they be like, oh, we put him back on the shelf because we didn't think he was gonna come back, and I be like, bro, I left you my number. You could have been like, hey, sir, we just calling because we want to make sure that you're gonna come back for these, and if I can't come back for them, then I'll be like, hey, yeah, I can't come back for them. I do appreciate you calling me, but yeah, you know what, you're all set. Put them on the shelf. I understand, but nah, I'm the type of dude that if I say, hey, I'm gonna come back for this, if you best believe I'm coming back for them. But anyway, moving on. Next figure we're gonna unbox here is this Monday Night War WWE versus WCW build a figure, which is Dusty Rhodes, and it is of course the bad guy. Hey yo, Razor Ramon. Hey yo, you're dealing with the bad guy, Chico. One of my favorite wrestlers, Scott Hall. May he rest in peace, man. Always wanted to meet Scott Hall. Never got the chance to. I wanted to meet Kevin Nash also. He's still alive. God bless him. But every time I'm gonna meet Kevin Nash, and I'm not trying to talk crap about him because I'm a fan at the end of the day and I respect him as a man. You know, I know we all got responsibilities, but every time I'm gonna meet him, he cancels, man. I'll be like, "What the fuck, bro? Like, yo, I want to meet you, bro. So you my guy. You know, I got the super shredder that you can sign for me. I got the, Kevin Nash figure. I got the big sexy figure. Like, I'm a fan, brother. But I get it. But here we have this beautiful figure of Razor Ramon, aka Scott Hall. Fire. But yeah, man, I would like to meet Kevin Nash, man. I would definitely love to get my Super Shredder signed by him with a purple marker or a green highlighted marker. And I would definitely love to get my big sexy figure, Ultimate Edition, signed by him also. Like I said, man, I'm a fan. It's just disappointing that every time I want to meet him or he's gonna be an event and I'm gonna go to the event, something always happens. I'm gonna be like, bro. I was supposed to meet him in Comic Con or in Comic Con a couple of years ago. I was so excited because I'm a big Kevin Nash fan, man. Like, I like the dude. He's a to me, he was one of the old time greatest in my time because I was a young kid watching this big dude come out, with Shawn Michaels and destroy competition. He became the Wicked Championship, the World Heavyweight Champion. Shawn Michaels, I believe at that time was the Intercontinental Champion. So it was pretty dope. It was pretty dope to see him and Shawn Michaels, and always wanted to meet him. And every time I'm gonna meet him, something always happens, and I'll be like, bruh, it's not meant to be. But yeah, we got Scott Hall, aka Razor Ramon, out the box. But yeah, man, I keep getting off the subject of WrestleMania, but like I said earlier, my predictions was Jey Uso winning. He did. Jay Cargill beating Naomi. She did. New Day becoming the new tag team champions. They did. You're welcome. Jacob Fatu becoming the new United States champion. You're welcome. Tiffany Stratton retaining. You're welcome. Seth Rollins wins. Honestly speaking, I had a feeling what was gonna happen with Seth Rollins in the triple threat. But did I think he was gonna win? No, I thought CM Punk was gonna win, and that's when everything was gonna happen, the betrayal. But it was the opposite. They didn't let Punk win the match at all. They just wanted to crush his dreams and reality. And Paul Heyman broke his heart walking out with Seth Rollins, and the rest is history because you guys know what happened. And it was crazy to me, honestly speaking. But am I surprised that Seth Rollins is down with Paul Heyman? Hell no. I was already aware of it before I see them in the Hall of Fame sitting next to each other. I was like, bro, that's just clarified it right there. You feel me? That right there clarified it. They just wanted to put them together because they already knew what was coming. And I already knew. I already seen that coming. I was like, I'm not even surprised. Smart business. But yeah, Seth Rollins wins the triple threat and leaves with Paul Heyman. Seen the leaving with Paul Heyman part, but I did not see the whole him winning the triple threat. Honestly speaking, I did not see Seth Rollins winning that. I was surprised. Night 2, we had Io Sky retaining. Honestly speaking, I thought Bianca Belair was gonna win the championship, but I'm so happy that Io Sky retained the championship because she deserves it. So hats off to Io and congratulations to Io. Honestly speaking, Drew McIntyre beats Damian Priest. Not surprised, guys. I called it. As much as I'm a Damian Priest fan, I love my guy. I knew Drew McIntyre had to win this match because he was starting to look really weak against Damian Priest, and that's not the look we're gonna give the Scottish Terminator. Then we had Randy Orton. No, excuse me. We had the Fatal Four, which was Braun Breaker, Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, and Penta. My guy, Dominic Mysterio. Didn't I call it? Dominic Mysterio. I called it last week. I said Dominic Mysterio. I'm going with Dominic Mysterio. Someone's telling me he's going to win the Intercontinental Championship. And what happened with Dominic Mysterio? He became the Intercontinental Championship. So shout out to Dominic Mysterio. I hope you enjoy your chicken tendies, brother. That's my stuff too. I love to eat some chicken tendies with some hot honey. What? No me hables de pollo, especialmente chicken tendies que me encantan. Sacho. Pure protein all day. Um, Protein, I meant to see. Randy Orton getting a match at WrestleMania. I'm not surprised. But I am surprised that it was Joe Hendry that answered the call. Honestly speaking, I thought it was gonna be Rusev. They didn't want to get Rusev his little WrestleMania moment coming back. I get it. I don't know why, but I would have preferred Rusev. Nothing against Joe Hendry, but I feel like Rusev would have gave Orton a fight instead of making Orton look over on WrestleMania, because we already know Randy Orton is over. You know, he is the legend killer. He is, you know, the apex predator. He is, the Viper. That's what you can say. But yeah, shout out once again to Joe Hendry for answering the call and getting RKO. I love how Randy Orton turned around. He's a savage for that one, Orton, man. I was like, yo, Orton is too funny. He just turned around like, I believe in Joe Hendry. I was like, yo. Then, of course, we had Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. Honestly speaking, AJ Styles beating, excuse me, Logan Paul beating AJ Styles. To me, not surprised, but I did want AJ Styles to win that match, so I was going for AJ. What's up, guys? Nation is Stones in the house. Everybody show them love. Show them love. But yeah, like I said, AJ Styles losing to Logan Paul, a little bit shocking. I wanted AJ Styles to win that match, but I guess it's Logan's time to go over. So congrats to Logan, even though I can't stand his ass sometimes, but congrats. I'm not a hater, brother. Becky Lynch returns to basically team up with Lyra Valkyria. Did I see that coming? Yes. Don't know why. Don't ask me why. I kind of put two and two together, being their birth from Ireland and her respecting Becky for so many years and being a Becky fan. And, I had a feeling because there was speculations going around that Becky Lynch was going to return for WrestleMania 41. And boom, the man returns and win tag team championship with Lyra Valkyria, just to then the next night lose it again to Liv Morgan and Raquel, and turns heel on Lyra and lays the smackdown on her. So I was like, geez, that's Christ, Becky. Makes sense. The man is going to join Paul Heyman too. But yeah, I was like, wow. Becky returns and lays the smackdown on her tag team partner just because she lost the tag team belts. I would too. I came out of retirement for this bitch. Let me stop. Becky wasn't having it. You gonna know why they call me the man. I was like, damn, Becky, calmate. That means calm down, just in case. But yeah. Then of course we had John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. And like I say, I am not surprised at what happened. I was a little bit surprised that Cody let go of the championship that soon after a year. But come on, it's big match, John. I'm not surprised that John Cena became a 17th time World Heavyweight Champion. Yeah, man, Cena, man, Cena. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I actually like this John Cena. You know, I like this John Cena more than the old school John Cena babyface Cena. It was perfect. You're definitely right. It was perfect. It was magic in the making. It was pure cinema. And to see John Cena become a 17-time champion, now to basically already have a number one contender, Randy Orton, perfect. Yeah, I seen the video. Oh, the little kid's butt hurt. Suck it up, kids. You're acting like sissies anyway. You're boys. You're boys, damn it. Suck it up. I'm done. But yeah, let's open up the next figure here, which is Legends Series 15 Elite Collection. First time in line. And the last time in a box, here we have Miss Stacy Keebler. Triple H. Vince McMahon's favorite employee because I'm legs. Vince McMahon's favorite employee. Oh hell yeah, definitely, definitely. It was definitely great for the kids to get into it. But when you see these kids crying, it's like, oh man, like it's wrestling, guys. This is what happens. This is not cartoons. Wrestlers can all keep the championship. Let me see something real quick before we get into this figure. Oh, my neck is killing me. I don't have Tourette's. I'm not making fun of nobody with Tourette's at the end of the day. Well, a lot of people think I do have that because I do that, but it's just my neck. I got a scar on the side of my neck, and sometimes I have to adjust it. And sometimes I just want to adjust right away. So I have to do that to see if it cracks, but they don't crack sometimes, and it sucks. But this figure right here, I have to get. I have to give me two figures of Jacob Fatu. It's a must. It is a must. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Let me show you who we got out the box. Miss Stacy Keebler. There we go. Comes with two hands, an extra head. What up, sis? Wrestling will break your heart. That's right. That's right, sis. And only the best of us can handle it. And that's what I'm saying. Wrestling is not for everybody. You got a lot of new pro wrestling fans because making sure I didn't lose something. Because I think I lost who is that? There you go. The clipboard. You know, a lot of wrestling fans, from back in the days compared to the new wrestling fans nowadays, not everybody can be a wrestling fan. Not a lot of people can handle wrestling. Not a lot of people can handle what happens in wrestling. A lot of people get carried away sometimes and forget that these people are human beings. They just are doing this to entertain us. Sometimes things can get pretty crazy. Where fans be like, nope, you hurt my wrestler, you asshole. So I'm not gonna hurt you. Like I said, it gets pretty extreme. You know what, Stacy? You keep dropping the clipboard, so we're gonna leave it on the floor. But here we have Miss Stacy Cleaver out the box. Yeah, honestly speaking, Seth winning was pretty dope. I did want Roman to win. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted either Roman or CM Punk to win. But I am glad that it was Seth, even though I can't stand Seth sometimes. But I am glad that it was Seth because now we're gonna see a new storyline. And we already seen what happened on Monday Night Raw. Jesus, I was dislocating my shoulder trying to put this hand in her freaking wrist. But yeah, I'm excited because now we're gonna see something different. We're not gonna just see Roman Reigns and what's next for the bloodline. Now we're gonna see something different. Now we're gonna see what Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins are gonna do. You know. And now that we see that they also got Braun Breaker added to the storyline because now Braun Breaker is also a Paul Heyman guy. But am I surprised about that? Hell no. That's the best thing that could happen to Braun Breaker. Even though Braun Breaker is already talented, but But Heyman having his eye on him says it all. And honestly, I can't wait. I cannot wait to see what's gonna happen with Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, and most likely Becky Lynch added to the storyline. What are they gonna call that group? Evolution Point 2.0? Yeah, little baby Steiner. Facts. But that little baby Steiner's a beast. When I met Scott Steiner about 2 years ago, and I mentioned his nephew, I was like, "Yo, I'm a big fan of your nephew, man. He's doing awesome at NXT at that time. He was in NXT. He said, yeah, he's doing really good over there. He's enjoying it. He's gonna be pretty soon in the big roster." I said, "Yeah, definitely, man." I said, "I see that right away." And look, dude has like 4 rockets attached to his. Yo, for real, my man is a problem. Yo, that I was laughing the second night when Calito was like outside and you heard Braun Breaker's song came on and Calito looks back and he see Braun Breaker. He was like, "Nah, man, I ain't gonna speak again." He ran for his life. He was like, "I'm not getting speed again." My man jumped in the ring, jumped out the ring, and then jumped over the desk like, "Nah, I'm all set, bro. I'm all set. I don't want to get speed. I don't want nothing to do with that man's spear." I don't blame him. I don't blame him. My man be spearing you like you stole something from him. But yeah, man, I'm excited about John Cena and Randy Orton, man. He's probably one of the best wrestlers right now. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him. I'm excited about John Cena being champion for 2 things. We're gonna see old rivalries and more opportunities, you know? Because at the end of the day, John Cena is the GOAT, man. I can't wait to get his new side plates. And you guys wanna know what's something funny? That my undisputed championship, I had the Roman Reigns side plates on it. On the same night as night 2, I decided to change my side plates and put the Cody Rhodes side plates on. And so happens that Cody Rhodes lose the championship to John Cena. And if you guys don't believe me, I have the pictures on my phone. I was definitely, like, you know what? It's been a good year. Cody's had the championship now for a while. Let me pay the man his respects and switch the plates. So here we have the picture before I decided to switch the plates. Here we have the picture with the Roman Reigns side plates on it, as you can see. And here we have the picture. Excuse me, real quick. I gotta rotate it. Gotta rotate it, rotate it, rotate it. Come on, switch up. It's not rotating. There we go. And here we have the picture when I finally put the side plates on, Cody's side plates. And what happens? Cody loses the championship to John Cena. And then I started thinking, was it my fault? Did I jinx Cody? Nah, it wasn't my fault, right? It was meant to happen. But I was just bugging over it. I was like, I decided to pay some respect to the undisputed champion and switch the side plates to his side plates. And of course, the same night that I do it, he drops the belt to John Cena. I was like, well, so much for that, man. So much for that. But anyway, here we have Elite Collection Series Greatest Hits. John Big Match Cena. We're about to unbox this bad boy and give him his championship, give him his flowers on becoming the new undisputed heavyweight champion. I got a couple of John Cena figures open. I like John Cena figures, I have to say. I can't wait to get the new Ultimate Edition. Here we have the background. I definitely have to get me the new Ultimate Edition John Cena, but I'm waiting for the price to drop because On Amazon, they want $65 for him, and I'm like, I want the figure. I do want the figure, but $65? Come on now. I was like $65. I was like, that's kind of harsh. I was like $65. I was like, Jesus. I was like, you guys acting like I'm gonna take, like I don't know. I just don't even know what to say. But $65 is crazy for a figure. But yes, here we have big money match. The new undisputed champion, John Cena. The GOAT, which turned what 48 yesterday. Happy belated birthday to John Cena. But yeah, we got the GOAT with the undisputed championship. It looks good at him, I have to say. I can't wait, man, to get the new side plates of John Cena. 17-time champion plates. Fire. But yeah, we unbox tonight. Bray Wyatt, Jey Uso, Razor Ramon, Stacy Keibler, and big money match John Cena. Here we have Jey Uso, Bray Wyatt. Follow the buzzards. Run. Here we have Razor Ramon. Hey yo. Here we have Stacy Keibler. Whoa, 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 Stacy. Stand your ground. And here we have big money match. John Cena. The new undisputed world heavyweight champion. Sick. The belt looked good on him, I have to say. I say it again, man. The belt looks good on him. Seeing John Cena with that championship makes it look different. You know? Like I said, I'm excited about the feud between Randy Orton and him. Obviously, they're going to start a feud. Randy Orton, I believe, is going to be the number one contender. As much as I would love to see Randy Orton become the world heavyweight, the undisputed champion again, I don't think they're gonna take that belt off Cena anytime soon. And if they do take the money, the belt off Cena, and they were just trying to make him the 17-time champion, that's pretty dope, you know. But let's see what happens, you know. It is WWE Monday night. WWE 9 days the way Paul Levesque Triple H is running it. You can't really predict things like we used to with Vince McMahon when he was running it. So it makes it more interesting. So I can't wait to see what's gonna happen between Randy Orton and John Cena. We already see we got Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman together. I don't think anybody else is gonna join. And what's gonna happen is the final boss gonna be involved in that storyline, or is the final boss officially done being the final boss? And speaking of the final boss, of course, we cannot get off this live stream before we present the new addition to the Undisputed Ultimate Edition War. Here we have Ultimate Edition 2025 edition, or 2024, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. 2024, I was right. 2024. Final boss, The Rock. Yes, we found the final boss, Ultimate Edition figure with the People's Championship, with the final boss gear. Yes, sir. We did it. Like I said, man, this year for me, 2025 has been pretty good with finding figures. This year, my year, I can honestly say has been pretty great. Every time I go on a toy hunt lately, I've been finding every figure that I've been coming across that I want to collect. Can't complain. Usually for me is the opposite, but this year the figure gods are on my side, and we keep scoring. And we added, of course, the final boss Ultimate Edition figure to the undisputed Ultimate Edition wall. Yes, sir. And we're gonna put this bad boy right in here. We're gonna find a spot for him. We got the Ultimate Edition figure. I have to move this real quick. Take some more space. Put this over here. Like I said, little by little, the awards going from Legends to Ultimate Editions. And that's pretty dope. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's live stream. Hope you guys collect and do what you love. Stevie found a Chase Becky yesterday. That's fire. I chased Becky. I'm jealous. Didn't buy her, but it was cool to see. I hear you. Trust me. Lately, I've been doing the same thing. If I find certain figures, a lot of figures that I post on my Instagram, I don't buy them all because sometimes you don't have the funds. You gotta live in the reality. You got bills to pay, and it's like figure or steak, steak or figure, figure or eggs, eggs or figure, figure or milk, or milk or figure, figure or weed, weed or figure. So trust me, I get it, man. Like I miss my old job because it's a big difference. But it is what it is. Gotta live in the present, not in the past. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's live stream. I'll see you guys next Thursday. See what we add to the collection, see what we unbox. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I appreciate all you guys. I love all y'all. Have a marvelous night. Give me a thumbs up. Share it on your platform. Let them know your boy Jay, aka Marv, is always live on Thursdays, having a good time, good laughs with good people. But yeah, have a good night, everybody. Love ya. Stay blessed. You too, guys. For real. Stay blessed. Stay blessed. Thank you, everybody. See you guys next Thursday. If not, don't be my friend. Just joking. Bye. You know what? If you don't like wrestling, we can't be friends. And that's seriously the truth. I said that on one of my Instagram things in my post. I was like, if you ain't watching WrestleMania, we can't be friends. It's true. If you was not watching WrestleMania the 19th and 20th, then I don't know who you are. But yeah, have a good night, everybody. Stay blessed and stay marvelous. I just did the